Hello. Thank you guys for tuning in. Welcome to y'all day 14. We've been doing this for a whole 2 weeks. Oh my goodness. Oh, we're in the Grow Your Hair Challenge. If this is your first day joining us, welcome to day 14. We have an amazing speaker session. You know, we've been doing these speaker sessions in the evenings during the challenge so that you can be educated on how to take care of your hair and your scalp and your body, because we care about whole health, whole fitness. As you are coming on in, if you can say hello in the comments, if you're watching a replay, can you give us a hashtag replay? And if you are on our YouTube channel, can you make sure that you subscribe? And if you've missed any of the other sessions, you can go inside of our private Facebook group. I have them listed in the guide section, or you can take a look at our archives on our YouTube page, on Her Beauty Regimen's YouTube page. So let me go ahead and I'm going to introduce our guests. We have the amazing Dr. JeNeen Ridway, and let me tell you a little bit about what she's going to talk about. So her session is Beauty is More Than Skin Deep, how to avoid the hormone disruptors that cause rapid aging and better nourish your body for vibrant hair, skin, and energy. Now, who all wants to have this skin, vibrant hair, energy to do all the things that we got to do? Who all wants it? I know I do. So I'm really excited for what we are going to discuss. I am sharing this out into the community so I can make sure that we have it and they know where we are at. And while I'm sharing that out, I'm going to read her bio, which of course is very accomplished. So Dr. JeNeen Ridway, affectionately known as Dr. JeNeen, is an Atlanta chiropractor and a traditional neuropathic doctor. She has been practicing holistic healthcare since 2006. She specializes in clinical nutrition, allergy desensitizing, and natural hormone balancing using acupressure-based techniques, whole food supplements, and homeopathy and herbs. She also assesses patients with comprehensive functional lab work when needed. I'm tongue-tied today. Dr. JeNeen is a native of Buffalo, New York. She relocated to Atlanta to attend Spelman College, where she earned her BS in mathematics, and she was drawn to the natural healing arts because of her desire to help people achieve optimal health and her strong belief that the body was created to heal itself. So I'm really excited. I'm going to let Dr. JeNeen kind of take us away and educate us, because I need these nuggets too. So I'm going to pass the floor on over to you. Good evening, Dr. JeNeen.
Well, great evening. Thank you so much for having me here. It is my honor and pleasure to partner with you and your companies to bring this knowledge to the world. One of the things that I love most is educating people and helping people to understand that the body heals itself and that it needs no help, just no interference. So I'll be talking about some of the things that are interfering with our hair, of course, our skin, our energy, our vibrancy, and all of that. I do have a presentation. So do I need to click on present? Okay, let's see here.
Yeah, you just click present, then I'll bring it up and we will be able to see and hear from you.
Okay, let's see. That's not it.
So it's okay. We got it. We're pulling. So for those of you, we are pulling up Dr. JeNeen's presentation. Get your pens and pencils out, because I know that we are going to learn something great. If you are watching us live, or even a replay, go ahead. You can comment in the chat. We have been having a amazing interactive time on these evening sessions. Yesterday, we had the chance to speak with Bianca Moto. She talked about the confident woman. That was a great discussion. We had Nikisa Jackson talk about beauty is more than skin deep. We've had discussions on our crown, on fitness. I mean, we've been talking about some of everything. So I'm really excited. Did you get it, Dr.
Give
JeNeen?
me 1 second. I am now trying to, I thought it was just a simple screen share, but apparently that's not the case.
Yeah, you probably have to click present and then upload the slides.
Oh, goodness gracious.
It's okay. Well, while we are waiting, have you guys been enjoying the past 2 weeks? I'm gonna tell you, I really have. Uh you said, oh, thou art Judy. You are brushing your hair as you listen. Okay. Oh, while Dr. JeNeen is getting that ready, let me tell you about who our sponsor is. So our sponsor is Her Beauty Regimen, and we have a proprietary hair and scalp growth oil. What makes our hair and scalp growth oil different is that we have 12 different ingredients, and they are all natural. Okay, each one was selected for its proprietary and for its I'm gonna say healing agents and its natural remedies. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about what's in there. I see you got it. Just let me know when you're ready.
Is that
So here are our ingredients. We have lavender, plumera, clary sage, rosemary, yang yang, vitamin E oil, neem oil, castor oil, jojoba oil, avocado oil, and sweet almond oil. So we have researched, and the reason why it works is because what we put in it works. All right, I think we are ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and add your presentation, and I'm gonna jump on down and let you do your thing.
okay? Great. So from here, is it showing? Because all I see is my presentation. Is that where it's supposed to be?
Yeah, it's showing. You're good. You're good.
Okay.
It's showing really good.
Okay, perfect. So she already gave you the topic, so I'm going to jump right in. I have a lot to cover. I've been in natural health and wellness since 2006, and the picture that you see with me on with the short hair is in 2017 when I did the big chop. So I know what it takes and how it is and all that you go through to grow a healthy crop back. The picture that you see on the other side with me by the mountain was taken a couple weeks ago, and that is in Arizona. So I got all the shrinkage going on today, but that is, a little bit about what I've been through with this. Now, the reason why natural health and taking a holistic approach is important is because nothing in the body works in a vacuum. So a little bit of the way that I practice holistically. The way that differs from the, allopathic medicine that you're probably most familiar with is that there's a really wide distinction between being well and being sick. In medicine, there's usually a defining line. If you have a symptom or if you have some type of test come back positive, they'll give you a diagnosis, and then that particular diagnosis is attached to a specific treatment. In holistic medicine or naturopathic medicine, that's that word you were searching for, naturopathic, there's a lot of shades of gray between wellness and sickness. And there's a lot of things that can affect that. And that is with anything. And tonight we're going to be talking about hair, but I'm going to take it a lot further than that, because hair is just an outward sign of some of the things that are going on in your body. So the amazing adrenal glands, almost everything that I do, everything I talk about comes back to the adrenal glands. You want to know how they fit into the picture of health and beauty? Well, here's how. They help us to cope with emotional and physical stress. Now, a lot of people will blame stress on hair loss. Lots of times, if you go through some kind of traumatic event, you'll notice some excessive hair loss after that. That's very, very common. And the adrenal glands play a part in helping the body deal with stress so that when things come along, you can actually, deal with that. Helps the blood sugar to stay balanced, produces hormones for energy, vigor, stamina, vitality, and a healthy mood. Affects sleep patterns. Now, sleep is where we repair. Sleep is where we regenerate. If you are not sleeping well, you cannot express your ultimate beauty on the outside. Sleep is where our body actually makes these healthy tissues. The adrenals help to regulate blood pressure and electrolyte balance. They help to balance our male and female hormones. They help to control fat storage and fat burning. So they're super important with any type of weight management issues. And then body repair and regeneration, the anti-aging. Now, I got a lot of grays popping today, but I will be celebrating my 51st birthday in about 2.5 weeks. So I have earned those. I've earned them. Now, adrenal stress, knowing the signs and symptoms. Is this you? Do you experience fatigue? One of the things that I want you to know, I will be talking fast tonight because I've got a lot to cover in a short period of time, but I am going to post this in the Facebook group so that you can have these notes and you can get all of these points. Okay. So don't feel like you gotta, hurry up to write. I will be posting that for you. But fatigue is a big sign, especially tired in the morning. You wake up, you've had a full night's sleep, but you just don't feel ready to go. You have a hard time getting going. And then that afternoon lull that comes in where you feel like you need a nap. Body aches and pains, blood pressure issues. The adrenals actually govern the electrolytes of the body. So if they're not balanced, it's very hard to balance the fluids in your body. And this can lead to blood pressure issues, lightheadedness, dizziness, brain fog, cravings, especially for sweets and salty, crunchy things, decreased ability to cope with stress. Like everybody's getting on your nerves. Things just aren't as fun as they used to be. It feels like everything takes more effort. And here's the kicker: hair and skin problems. The reason why is because these are non-priority tissues in the body. So if your body is stressed, if you're in a survival mode, if your body's fighting just to cope and stay alive, that energy is not going to be given to rebuilding healthy hair and healthy skin. And this is why we got to get to the core. We have to get to, the underlying causes. It's never that top easy issue. There's never one little solution, one magic bullet, one magic vitamin. It takes a comprehensive approach to really help with this issue. Hormone imbalance. Now we're talking all the hormones. The adrenals make several hormones like cortisol. They make the precursors to your estrogen, your progesterone, testosterone, your adrenaline, fight or flight hormones, but they also work really closely with the thyroid. And so they have to be balanced for all your other hormones to be balanced. I mentioned sluggishness in the morning, afternoon low. Insulin resistance, that prediabetes that your doctor may have told you had, that has a lot to do with the adrenal glands. Low moods, swollen ankles, decreased sex drive, increased allergies, and increased recovery time from illness and injury. Have I hit anything that you've experienced? A lot of these symptoms are really common, and a lot of these symptoms are thought to be the normal part of the aging process. But I want to present to you that they're not normal, they're just common. Okay, so I'm not going to leave you with the bad news. I'm always going to give you some good news down the line. But first, we need to know what wears down the adrenals. Okay, once we know what wears them down, we can work to build them up. And what I really want you to take away from today is that there's always more than one thing. And every step you make in the right direction is a step in the right direction. It's not all or nothing. So if it's only one or two things that you can change right now, change those and you're going to be in a better place. And then as you get stronger and as you become, have more energy and more vitality and more mental clarity, then you can add more. So it's a process. Okay. Take it at a gradient. Start where you are and take those baby steps to get to where you want to be. So what wears down the adrenals? Prolonged stress. Stress can be anything. It can be mental or it can be physical. A lot of times people think that, well, I don't really have any stress, my life is good. But if you drive, I live in Atlanta. If you drive in Atlanta, you have stress. I promise you, somebody's going to do something crazy on the road every day, and it's going to give your body that jolt. And that's when your adrenals kick in and they give you that shot of adrenaline, and it is stressful to the body. Breathing outside. You're breathing in toxins, all the stuff that's in the air, the stuff that's in the water. I mean, prayerfully, you're drinking clean water. We're going to get to that. But we're being exposed all the time. So even if you don't feel the stress, some of it is physical and stress of toxicity. Lack of sleep, poor diet, chronic pain. Pain actually changes the brain. It literally changes the brain. Basically kills off some of your brain cells. Food sensitivities. Now, a lot of us know that we eat foods that we know don't agree with us. And those can cause us to have sensitivities, reactions, and it might not necessarily cause you to need an EpiPen, but it can cause you to have certain reactions where your body starts to attack itself, autoimmunity. And guess what? Guess what's often attacked? The hair follicles. And so we've got to be mindful of what we're putting in our bodies and the sensitivities that we may have to those foods. Caffeine overuse, when the adrenals are low, it causes us to want sweets and it causes us to want caffeine. But when we keep taking it in and we just burn them out even more, it's like whipping a tired horse and it becomes counterproductive. Trauma, surgeries, loss and grief, those are big ones. EMF exposure, things you might not think about. These cell phones are trying to kill us, but we're exposed all the time. The cell phones, the Wi-Fi, all of the wireless gadgets, these smart homes, they're producing energies and frequencies that cause our cells to go into a stress response. And this affects the way the cells can take up their nutrients and the way they can take up their hydration and the way that they can give off their toxins. And then toxicity, that's a big one. So how do we overcome adrenal fatigue? These are the things. Now, the reason why these are the things that are also going to lead you to that healthier hair, the healthier skin, the anti-aging, the feeling better, the energy, is because, again, we have to unburden the body and allow it to get into this restful, restorative state versus always being in a stressful survival state. Because when your body is trying to survive, your hair, your skin, your digestive tract are not going to be prioritized. Okay, so this is what you need to do. Reduce your stress, pace yourself, avoid the grind. I know that's easier said than done sometimes. We're go-getters, but we have to take that time to be compassionate to ourselves, to be kind to ourselves, to take the time for self-care. I have gotten to a point where I prioritize it. I put a little bit in every single day. The people, the places, the things that are around you. Think about it. Sit down and really do an inventory of your life and look at all of those things and see what is adding and what is taking away. And sometimes you have to make some changes. And those changes are not always easy, but they're going to get you into a better place. You want to detoxify, particularly the hormone disruptors. Now, that's a big part of this presentation, and it's coming up next. So I'm going to reserve that one for now. Performing appropriate exercise. Now, when I say appropriate, when your body is already stressed, when you're already burned out, when you're already fatigued, it's not the time to go to boot camp or do some HIIT training, okay? So there's levels and there's layers, and you may need to just walk, but walking is a phenomenal, wonderful exercise, especially for women in those perimenopausal and menopausal years when your body is really, really reactive to stress hormones. Walking can be better than anything else. So remember that, appropriate exercise. Eating a nutritious diet, a nutrient-rich diet, making sure you're getting all of the different colors, making sure you're having variety. We tend to eat the same foods over and over, but branch out, add some variety. I love to have a big giant salad. That's how I get in a lot of my nutrients. Just love a big variety of salad. And I usually have a giant salad at least once a day, but that gives your body the nutrition that it needs to be able to detoxify, and then it needs to be able to heal. When you're starting to show signs of aging, especially premature aging, it's because your body's breaking down faster than it can repair, and it needs those antioxidant nutrients to be able to repair. So make sure you're eating a nutritious diet, nutrient rich. Okay, sleeping 7 to 8 hours, 7 to 9 hours whenever possible. Again, sleep is when you recover. Sleep is when you repair. That's when your body is in its restorative state. Getting to bed by 10 or 11 p.m. This is so hard for me. This is probably the hardest thing for me on the list, but it's so important because we have a specific rhythm that our hormones are in, and those hours before midnight are actually much more restorative than the hours after midnight. I have a 17-year-old, and we fight all the time about, even if you get the same amount of hours, if you do them during the night, they're much more restorative than if you do them halfway into the day. It just really makes a difference. You want to make sure you're drinking lots of water, pure water. Herbal teas, again, we don't want to tax this system with too much caffeine, so herbal teas are great. One of my favorites is called butterfly pea flower. It's blue. It's a really pretty tea. Take time to unplug, unwind. When I say unplug, I mean turn off everything. I mean the gadgets, the phone, the computer, the TV, just really unwind. There's something on here that you'll see, as it says practice restoration posture. That's where you lay down on your back. You can put your legs up the wall, or you can put your legs over an ottoman or over a chair. That actually relaxes the sympathetic go stress system and puts you in a restful system. It's almost like flipping a switch. Your body is going to love it. But getting in that posture with no distractions, no TV, just quiet and stillness is powerful. You can pray in that position, or you can just be still. And it is so powerful to your body. And if you'll do that once a day, that alone, without spending any money or doing anything else, can make a positive, impactful difference. Getting outdoors and getting grounded, getting outside, spending some time in nature. I love to go out on the trails, but getting out in your yard, placing your bare feet or sock. I know a lot of you don't like to go barefoot because of the bugs, I know, but you can wear socks. You just can't have a rubber sole between you and the ground. Get out there, sit in a chair, walk in your driveway, walk in your yard. Make sure you're not walking on grass that's been sprayed with herbicides, but getting out makes a difference. It helps to diffuse some of the tension in your body, and it's very anti-inflammatory. And then supplementing until your adrenals are back up to speed. There's some really specific nutrients that the adrenals love. B vitamins, minerals, vitamin C, chlorella, rhodiola, glandulars, all of these things can be really, really helpful in getting them to turn around. Now, this is where it gets really, really important, especially when it comes to your hair, your skin, your nails, your digestive system, your entire body. We've got to start avoiding these chemicals that are messing up your hormones and your health. And this is one of the reasons why I was super happy to come on here and pair up with this company, because hair products can be treacherous. Oh my gosh, they can be treacherous when it comes to the hormone disruptors. And I am just happy to have, options and something natural that you can use. The oil is amazing. So you want to avoid BPA in plastic bottles, cans, register receipts. A lot of people don't know those register receipts have BPA in them. So when you take your receipt, you get it on your hands and then you can get it into your body. Glass drinking bottles are always going to be best. This is my glass bottle. I carry it around. I try to drink several of these a day. I find that if I have it always with me, I'll drink more of them. So I try to drink that. But we want to avoid the plastics, storing our food in glass, avoiding the plastic bottles and everything. When you're eating animal fats, which I am not vegan or vegetarian, I am going to be an animal eater, but I eat healthy fats. So I actually order organic, grass-fed, grass-finished, meats and beef and things like that. You want to make sure it's processed that way, it's fed the right way. Organic butter is actually an amazing health food. Real butter, not margarine. Get away from that. Margarine is one step from plastic. Avoiding commercially bleached personal hygiene products is a big one. Only drink and cook with purified water. You have got to do this. This is non-negotiable. Now, there's a couple things, especially when it comes to growing your hair. A lot of times the hair can get brittle and dry because of the chemicals that are in the water. They're very, very drying. There's a lot of heavy metals in the chemicals. So a couple suggestions I have for you. Number one, make sure you're drinking and cooking with purified water. Purify it however you need to purify it. The cheapest, best system that's out there is the zero water filter picture. You can get those anywhere. I like one called the Water Machine. It's big, it's glass, it's huge. It makes 2.5 gallons at a time. But you want to make sure you're doing that. A lot of people will drink bottled water, but then they forget to cook with purified water. So then everything that was in that water is in your food. But also when it comes to, washing your hair, you want to make sure you have a shower head filter. We expose ourselves to a lot of chlorine and fluoride and these things from breathing it in the shower. And then, of course, our hair is exposed to it. So there's shower head filters. There's actually bath filters. And there's even bath dechlorinator tablets that you can get that are really, really powerful to help get those chemicals out. Again, this is all cumulative. So the more you can move out, the better. I want you personally to switch to natural personal care and hair care products to avoid the long list of chemicals. What we put on our bodies goes into our bodies. That's the bottom line. Anything we put on our body goes into our body. It is very, very important. This is one of our primary methods or sources of exposure. I know that you can't go and throw out everything in your cabinet overnight, but as you start to run out of things, you can replace them with healthier things. For my face, for my hair, I use oils, all botanical oils, none of the chemicals and all of these dimethicones and all of this silicone-based and petroleum-based. These products are very, very toxic. They do lead to cancers. it's really non-negotiable. They do. So we want to make sure we're getting those out. There is an app called the Healthy Living app that will help you. It's a database of some products. It doesn't have every product that's out there, but it's a database of some of the commercial products where you can look them up and see kind of, you know, what's in them and how toxic they are. They're kind of ranked on a scale. Okay, we want to avoid the artificial home fragrances and plug-in devices. And I'm going to speed up a little bit. I know I'm getting a little bit short on time, but fragrances are also very toxic. So you want to make sure you're using essential oils. If using them, you can make your room sprays, perfume sprays, all that kind of thing. When you're eating, there's a list called the Dirty Dozen, ewg.org. That's going to be where you can find the list of the Dirty Dozen, which is the top 12 most pesticide-laden fruits and vegetables, and those things should always be organic. And the other things you can buy conventional. So it just helps you to spend your dollars wisely. We talked about cooking in glass, stainless steel, natural cleaning products. That's another one. It's right behind the body products. Stay away from the bleach. The bleach is toxic. Do not put the bleach in the dishwater. Don't do that. But there's so many different recipes where you can make your own natural cleansers with plant-based ingredients, essential oils, and there's also some commercial companies that have some really nice products. And then eat lots of green veggies, garlic, onions, ginger, turmeric, these things to help your body detoxify. Okay, got through the list. So this is just a little product package that I put together. I use clinical nutrition in my practice, all whole food supplements. When you see the labels, there are no synthetics. These all come from foods. This particular package is just 2 things. This is going to help with your energy, your blood flow, your circulation. Circulation is also really important, making sure the nutrients are getting to your scalp, making sure the oxygen and the nutrients are getting there is paramount. So this package is just your simple, basic 2 things. You're going to feel better. You're going to have more energy. You're going to look better. And that is just kind of something for everybody. Now, if you want to take it to the next level, I have a package where you can actually get blood work. With the blood work, we're able to see exactly what's going on with you. It's very comprehensive blood work. And from that, I can put together a very specific nutrient packet just for you. This is a QR code. I know you're not going to have time to scan it, but I am going to, like I said, I'll put this this handout into the notes. This is the QR code if you would like to look at how to get that blood work done. This is going to be a lot more comprehensive, and it's going to be that tailor-made program that will address your specific needs. And then this is how you connect with me. This is my Papa link. It's my virtual business card. Lots of my resources are on here, my website, all of those types of things. If you are interested in working with me one-on-one, there's a contact form you can fill out on there, and that's the best way to get in touch with me. Okay, and I can stop sharing. So let me see.
Oh, that was good.
Oh,
That was really good.
let me
Oh
see.
my gosh.
To exit. Am I back?
You're back. You're back. Can you see yourself? I took you.
Hold on. There we go. Okay. The technology is not my forte at all.
Well, I want to say this was really good, and you gave a lot of great information. Especially, I love the resources that you gave, and yeah, I'm so convicted. Especially with the plastic bottles for like drinking. I just bought a big old case of bottled water.
It happens to the best of us. I mean, sometimes we have to do it, but it's really about what you do the majority of the time. So once that's done, just get you a nice filtration system and some glass bottles.
So we do have a filtration system. So I need to get some glass bottles. My husband was saying he was trying to get us from using plastic so much, and now I'm like, okay, we got to stop using the plastic. But I'm actually gonna, I don't know about y'all, I'm gonna go back and re-listen to this because you gave a lot of good nuggets. And I love how you talked about, it's basically, I'm paraphrasing, it's a journey. I think sometimes we hear, oh my goodness, we got to do all this stuff, so I don't do anything. And then we realize that, like, no, we can make small incremental changes. It's like,
yes,
it's find something to work on, master that, move to the next thing, and then things will get a lot easier. It was one thing you said that I really just understood, though, that just really had me. You talked about those cravings,
Yes.
and I can tell when I am stressed,
Hmm.
I got to have something crunchy.
Hmm.
Have a crunch. I'm
Yes.
looking for some
That's a sign.
popcorn, something. I'm like, oh, it got to be crunchy. And I found myself like, I don't know, I thought it was like a sensory thing.
You
But
know, it's funny. I can tell you why, because the adrenals, they actually need salt. And so they tend to make you crave things that are salty, like chips and crackers and pretzels and, crunchy, salty things.
okay.
And then they also control your blood sugar. So when they're not working well, your blood sugar drops. And that's why you crave the sweets.
Oh my
It
goodness.
all makes sense.
It does make sense. And I'm like, I got to get myself together. That is the thing that I've done. And one way that I've helped that is which I broke it today. This is my fault. I was not prepared for today. Food wise, because I came back from out of town, and come back from out of town sometimes it's like no food. I didn't do right. But
Yes.
anyways, for the most part, I am low carb.
Yes.
And what that has done for me is it has, I think twice about the chips, the cookies, the packaged food. It's making me geared towards whole foods and not prepackaged, because I'm looking on the back of all the stuff I was eating. I'm like, oh,
I
that's
love
how many
that.
carbs. So that was a hack for us. That
Yes.
me and my
I
husband
love that. I am also in the low carb space. It's been a game changer for me.
Okay.
Yes.
I think we're about 12 weeks in, and like my husband has already lost a lot of weight. His blood pressure has gone down just from reducing our carb intake, because I didn't realize like I was eating carbs on top of carbs. Like I was having pasta and bread and
Uh-huh.
pie and cheesecake.
All of
And
it.
it was so good though. I didn't about that. But I do love that. And it was another thing you talked about, changing our shower heads at home. And fortunately for me, I hardly ever wash my own hair, but I do wash my girls' hair. I go to the salon, I do wash their hair. And so now I'm even thinking about just how that is aiding to the dryness of their hair, which is going to lead to breakage. So I think all of these were like just really good scientific tips that I used to be a chemical engineer, so I have my master's in chemical engineering. So I'm a science geek, and I'm just like, oh, okay, all of this makes sense.
Yes, I love it. I love it. And my question for everybody is just, what one thing are you going to do today? What one thing? I always say, what one choice are you going to make for better health? What are you going to do? One thing today. That's what I would love to see in the comments as people, watch.
Yes, tell us the one thing. And it was something else I wanted to kind of leave us with. Um, oh gosh, I guess it was kind of along that journey of the one thing. Like, what would you say? How would I say this? Like, how would you say someone who feels overwhelmed and they're like, I don't know the one thing. Like, if you had one thing that that could be the most transformational thing that could start right now. If you have an answer, if you're like, oh, it doesn't matter, just pick one thing.
My one thing, my biggest stress buster is that restoration posture. Just stop, pause,
right
get on the ground. You can do it on the bed too. It doesn't have to be on the ground, but lay down, put your legs up. They have to be up at least 90 degrees. So, you need like something that you can put them up on. Or if you don't have that, you can back your butt up to the headboard, put them up the wall. Do that. Stay there for 15 minutes. You will notice a difference. If you do that once a day, every day, wow, it's going to make a huge difference.
Okay. I'm definitely doing the restoration. I loved how you said you can pray there. So
yes.
I'm going to have a new prayer posture. Okay.
Yes.
That's about, I cannot wait.
I do caution you though. It does flip a switch. So you might fall asleep.
Look, that's fine. I probably need to go to bed anyway. Okay. I probably need to go to bed anyway. Well, thank you so much. I respect and honor your time, and I thank you, Dr. JeNeen. And she mentioned Dr. JeNeen is going to put the slides inside of the Facebook group, and I will put them in the guide section. If you've been missing anything, you guys can go over to the guide section inside of the Gray Hair Challenge Facebook group. It's where I've been organizing all the amazing content and videos that we've been sharing and resources. So you can go there. I'll probably go live and show y'all how to get there in case you're like, where's the guide? But it's going to be in there. And once she posts, I'll share it. And thank you so much for your time. This has been such an amazing, eye-opening experience. And I'm excited for all these healthy hair, skin, and bodies and stress-relieved bodies we're going to have from following these tips.
Well, thank you. It's been my honor and pleasure to be here with you tonight. And I just praise God that we get to do these things and help people along the way.
All right. Bye, guys. Thank y'all so much.